Hello and welcome to Food, Booze, and Good Times, a podcast about Oklahoma City and other things. My name is Zach.
My name is Julie.
And we're back again.
Yeah.
We're on a good schedule now, huh?
We are.
All right, we're
doing
killing
good.
it. Like 3 shows in a row on our schedule.
Right.
It's amazing. Today we've got kind of a special episode. We haven't necessarily visited a ton of new spots.
Right.
You know, but we mustered up some topics and some stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cool stuff going on, just not necessarily, a breakdown of recent visits or anything like that.
Right.
And I also want to mention that if you're listening to this on iTunes or on Google Play or on Podomatic or any sort of audio format, we're also going to upload this to YouTube. We got a video feed going as well. It's a new thing that we're going to try.
Yeah.
And if it works out, we'll keep doing it. If it doesn't work out, then whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have a link to tell you right now, but I'm sure that we'll have posted it on Facebook and
yeah, we'll let you know.
Instagram and stuff and all that. So you can go check that out. Sometimes I would rather listen to a podcast on YouTube sometimes.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch because, especially if you don't know the voices of the people super well.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Or if
there's 4 men or 4 women or
right.
whatever, it can be hard to distinguish sometimes.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I like to look. I mean, for us, it's obvious, but I like to watch it sometimes too. Just to see their interactions.
Yeah, exactly. It can really enhance the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right. I also want to say that we're drinking some Palomas.
Yeah, tell them what you made us.
So there's a lot of different variations on Palomas, but it is essentially tequila with some grapefruit and lime. Those are the 3 essential ingredients, and you can sort of do what you want with that. I actually added some orange, essentially triple sec. It's a... what brand is it? Patron. It was some sort of Patron triple sec in there as well, and it's really good. You can use fresh grapefruit juice or you can use grapefruit soda. I've made them a few different times the last few weeks.
Yeah, you've been making them kind of different,
and each time I've done them a little bit different. But I like this one a lot. We used some actual grapefruit soda, and it's working out for me. Yeah,
it's good. It's a perfect summer drink. It's very hot out, and this is very refreshing.
Yeah, it's super refreshing. It's so hot. It's extremely hot.
It's so hot.
And we had to turn the AC off in our apartment because the microphones pick them up so bad. Yeah. So we're just sort of boiling in here.
It's a little warm.
So this Paloma's helping out a lot.
Yeah, it's
Next
good.
week is Negroni week. Uh-huh. Did you know that?
I think you told me that.
Yeah, so I bought some sweet vermouth. I already had Campari and gin over there. And we're going to make some Negronis next week. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I'm going to try to get you to like Negronis. I got you into whiskey. I got you into brown liquors.
I liked the Negroni that Shay had.
Yes.
It was a little sweeter, and I think that's why I liked it.
They used something different other than Campari, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or other than vermouth. They substituted either the vermouth or Campari.
It was good.
R.I.P. Shay.
R.I.P. Shay.
Thankfully, you can get all their menu items at Urban.
Yeah, they their popular stuff they brought to Urban, and then they had like a Sunday brunch, and you can get that at All About Ya, the one on Western.
Well, heck yeah.
I know, we gotta go. There's
a couple of news items that we wanted to touch on, which is kind of new for us, if you will.
Yeah, we want to enter the news world.
Well, if something topical comes up,
the food news world
in the news, some new restaurant, or in this case, a relocation.
Empire is moving.
Right.
They're still going to be in the plaza. So when I first heard that they were moving, I got a little scared.
Yeah, so it's right next to Chiltepes.
Yeah, so it's still on 16th.
Chiltepes.
What is that? That's not Gatewood, but it's Virginia.
It might be Gatewood. I think it is Gatewood. I don't know.
But down there.
But it's going to be a 2-story building, and Empire is going to take up most. Let me read this little blurb.
Where's this from?
This is from OKCtalk.com.
Cool.
The new digs for Empire Slice House are currently under construction near the west end of the district at 1804 Northwest 16th. A 2-story building where Empire will take the entire first floor plus a large patio area. On the west side of the building, Empire's parent group, 84 Hospitality, will also take the entire second floor as their corporate offices. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
The popular pizza place and hangout first opened in its current location in September 2013. Blah 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 blah. I don't want to read the whole thing, but it's very interesting, and I'm really like you said, I'm really glad that they are sticking around the plaza. I mean, that's you talk about plaza, you talk about Empire. You know what I'm saying? Like, the identity of the plaza was really, I think, established by Empire. At least the modern identity of the plaza. You know what I'm saying? This says, it opened in 2013. And I remember going there. It might have been 2014, and I didn't know what it was. I just kind of heard about it through, whatever, Facebook, and went up there, and there's nobody there.
Oh.
Nobody there at all. It might have been a weeknight, dinner time.
Yeah.
But still, you go there tonight. Nowadays on a weeknight, and it's like you're going to wait an hour.
Any night, it's busy.
It's just nuts. And they've expanded in there a little bit since they've opened, a little side patio area and everything. So this will be great for them. I've always thought that they might have done a second location somewhere.
Yeah.
Might have gone to Edmond. There's been a lot of Oklahoma City restaurants that have opened up second locations at Edmond, like Tucker's.
Roxy's is down there.
Roxy's, yep. And Hatch. Republic. Like all those places, Sidecar, they're all getting a second location out of Edmond. So I'm glad that they want to expand, that they want to do bigger things, but they're still kind of sticking to the roots. And I think that's pretty awesome.
And they are going to keep the decor the same. And really? I know that they're looking for more wall coverings.
Oh, that's right.
If you have like posters and all that stuff that they have on the walls, they want your donations for this.
Different posters and like vinyl covers and stuff like that.
It's like music and movie posters and stuff like that.
If you've been to Empire, you know what.
You know what we're talking about on the walls. They need more.
Yeah. So very exciting. Yeah. And very happy for them.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's very cool to see.
And there's going to be like a bigger patio, right?
That's what this is.
Okay, cool.
There's going to be a patio as well.
Nice.
And they're going to have a little HQ up there on the second floor. So happy for them and very stoked to check that out. I mean, that building's already been built.
We drove by and it's already got.
Building's already there. It's crazy. So that's exciting. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's super neat.
All right. Something else that's very cool is this collective, the Collective.
Yeah.
So let me read this little blurb. Trong Lee this is poorly written. Trong Lee believes he's learned a lifetime's worth of lessons about the restaurant business in a short time in the opening of Guernsey Park, Covell Park, Chicken Beer, Okey Pokey, and Nudie.
Yeah.
What a fun group of restaurants.
For real.
Names. Fun group of restaurant names. Chicken Beer, Okey Pokey, and Nudie. It's going to be a new concept called the Collective, and they are currently accepting applications to take up one of the 7 spaces in there.
Yeah, that's what I think is really cool.
Yeah, you can lease one of their spaces. And the Collective Kitchens and the Collective Kitchens and Cocktails. I'm looking at the concept right now. And let's see.
They're like some sort of
food hall.
Having like some sort of like competition.
Right, it's a food hall.
To be in there, right?
You can submit your, I guess, your concept for a restaurant or a bar, and that they'll give you a spot in there. And I think this is a very, very cool idea.
Yeah, it's super neat.
Yeah, it says audition right here. Auditions July 2018. Present your culinary concept for the chance to win one of 7 fully equipped kitchens inside the Collective.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What a neat concept in general, but it's so neat that it's here. I feel like that's like an LA, New York thing.
Definitely.
And it's so cool that it's here in OKC.
This is turnkey solution for young chefs. They just need to bring knives, pots, and pans.
That's awesome.
In there. And it's so appropriate. I feel like it's such a good timing because the reason that we have this show is that like every month there's a new restaurant or a new bar popping up.
Yeah.
And, there's just so many, it's just like opportunities left and right. If you want to open a bar, if you want to open a restaurant, Oklahoma City, I feel like is incredibly appropriate place to do that right now.
It's a great market, I guess, for food.
Absolutely.
And
hospitality in general,
new places. I think. Yeah.
And it's changing, and the identity of the city is changing. I think 7 years ago, it was very different. You know? Is very different, the kind of places that were around and sort of the options and the, I don't know, creative vibes.
Yeah. And
it's really shifted into something really, really neat.
We talked about it, you and me talked about it a few weeks ago, that especially people our age, but even more so, like everyone now wants to go to a local place and not a chain.
I do not want to go to Applebee's. I do not want to go to Chili's. I do not want to go to TGI Fridays.
Right.
I want to go to the Mule. Yeah. I want to go to Chicken Beer, and I want to go to Revolution. You know what I'm saying?
I want to go to a locally run place.
I want to go to Pony Boy. I don't want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
No.
You know?
No. I want to go somewhere local. Somewhere that people here in the city who live here also work here. And we're impacting them. I don't want to...
Yeah. And the more the better. So I think this is a great idea. And we're going to try it. We're going to get in there. We're going to go to every single spot. Maybe we'll let's audition.
For what?
I don't know.
Can we have a studio?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Can we have a podcast studio
Yeah, just give us a room. Just give us like a 500 square foot room. And then,
just soundproof it and we'll be in there.
That'd be pretty tight.
I mean, other OKC podcasters could use it. It could be like a shared collectively.
I'll mention that this is going to be in the old Conley building at 308 Northwest 10th Street in Midtown.
Cool.
It's going to be a food hall, patio, and bar.
And what?
I don't know. Cool. 308 Northwest 10th Street.
Speaking of collective things like this, there's a bunch of stuff going into where Prairie is also. What is that, 8th Street Market?
Oh, yeah. That whenever I first heard about this, that's what I thought that they were talking about.
Yeah. So, like, where Prairie is on 8th and...
I think Vanessa House is going to open up a brewery in there.
Yeah. So there's several spots in there. The guy at Prairie told us there's going to be like a Vietnamese place in there. Yeah, Vanessa House is going to be in there. So that's exciting too. Same kind of thing.
Right.
Like a
sort of a collective food hall, a bar hall, if you will.
A bar hall. Yeah, you got Vanessa House and Prairie.
Another brewery should go in there, just kind of the Tri Brewery.
That'd be awesome.
Tri Brew.
Tri Brew.
Oh, that's good Paloma.
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay, what do you want to dive into?
The Jones Assembly has a new menu.
Oh, they do.
And we went last weekend.
I'm going to pull it up.
And it was very good.
It was awesome. Well, Jones is
good anyways.
Probably the most reliable, consistent place in the city.
Yes. So it was maybe a month or so ago now, they posted that they had a special. And it was a gnocchi special.
Gnocchi.
Which is like a potato pasta. And the day we went, they weren't having the special, and I was upset. But now, the gnocchi special is on the menu.
It's on the menu full time, y'all.
It is probably one of the best pasta dishes I've ever had.
Yeah. It was amazing. And gnocchi is new to me. I don't think I've had a proper gnocchi dish.
I've never really made them for us.
I've had, the frozen bag of gnocchi from Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I've never made them, but I've never made a good,
So they describe it as potato dumpling pasta, charred tomato broth, burrata, and basil. It's very simple.
Good.
Just a few ingredients. It's awesome. It's so good.
And the gnocchis had almost like they were sauteed in a pan after they were cooked, and they kind of got a little crust on them. And then the burrata was pulled, so it was everywhere on it. Oh, it was so good.
And we got a pizza as well, the Parma pizza. Which comes with prosciutto. We get it on half. Oh. And you take your crust and you kind of dip it into the gnocchi.
We dipped it in that sauce.
The tomato sauce. Oh. Holy crap, it's so good.
It was really good.
It was amazing.
They also have a ton of new cocktails.
A ton of new drinks. And I think we exclusively got new drinks when we were there.
We did. We got 4 of the new drinks that they had. I had the Spanish gin and tonic. Is that what it's called? You got that menu up?
Yeah, Spanish G&T. Yeah.
Can you read it? Read it for the people.
I'm not finding it.
Oh.
It's not on their...
it's not on the website?
Not right now.
Well, it was almost like a sangria that was made with gin. It was very sangria-like, yeah. Instead of, what is it, brandy that's in a normal sangria. And it was spiced. It had a spice.
There's some lavender in there, too.
There's lavender. Right? There was little peppercorns. Oh, it was amazing. And it came in a traditional sangria glass.
There was a ton of stuff in there.
It was so good.
It was amazing.
It was really, really good.
Let's see. I got
What was your first drink?
The first drink I got was the honeybee or something like that.
I'll be drammed.
Yeah.
It was some kind of scotch.
It was a honey. God, I wish I could pull the menu up. But yeah, it was a honey drink with, I believe, scotch and some other sort of bitters and stuff like that. But when it comes out in a coupe glass and it's honey gold. It was very gold.
Yeah, golden.
Extremely
honey
golden.
Gold.
and it came with a little rock candy on it. And what was interesting about it is that there's sort of a little pool of honey on the very bottom of the glass. And he was like, you can sort of stir that up and sweeten it up as much as you want, or as little as you want. And it was great. Here we go. Summer menu 2018.
Oh, you got it.
Spanish G&T. Well, it's just pictures.
Oh.
I did get the fire emoji though.
That was crazy.
Which was essentially just a bunch of habanero and spiced ingredients in a tequila drink.
It was like a spicy margarita.
It was like a spicy margarita, and it had some black salt on it.
Well, I want to get some of that.
Fire emoji is a very appropriate name for that. And it was hot for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's like not very long.
It was like really burning for like 5 seconds, then it goes away.
And it's not like, it was a different kind of hot. I don't know. Yeah. It was good.
Right.
The second drink I had was in a little Capri Sun pouch.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Like the Jones Freeze or like the Jones Sipper or something like that. And it's just like, it was vodka and then like a bunch of fruit juice, and it just tasted like a Capri Sun pouch. And it even comes in like a Capri Sun pouch type container. It was very good.
It did come in a Capri Sun pouch. It was awesome.
It was really cute, and it was really good. It's also one of those drinks that you can just like drink a lot of.
Oh yeah, it was so sweet.
And just like, you're not going to notice it.
Right.
And then you're going to stand up.
They also have an Impossible Burger on the menu.
They do have that now.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, they have, and there's...
Which is like, I've seen it like 4 or 5 times since we went to Tucker's and got an Impossible Burger. I've seen so many Impossible Burgers on different menus.
And their Impossible Burger at the Jones is like, everything about it is vegan. Like there's nut cheese.
Right.
It's like a gluten-free vegan bun.
They got a couple different kind of pizzas on here.
Yeah, they have some new salads. They have some new sides.
Hot Rod wood fried pizza, hot chicken sandwich, shroom wood fried pizza.
Oh.
Elotes wood fried pizza. Isn't it like, that's like Spanish corn? Mm-hmm. Iced strawberry matcha.
Oh yeah, they used to have one with raspberry, and I saw that they now make it with strawberries.
Jones, man, just continues to just be so awesome.
Yeah, and we had an amazing waiter. His name was Luke.
Yeah, he was cool.
He was very good. He was like super nice and super like just very friendly, and recommended everything. Every time we got a drink, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's good."
He was so stoked about all the items on the menu. He was like, "Oh, you got to try this. You got to do that.
So he was doing great.
This, be sure to do this." Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good. And we sat outside, and it wasn't hot. This was before the hot came.
Right. It was before the 90s hit.
But we never sat outside on their patio before, and it was really nice.
Yeah, it was great. There was a bunch of doggos out there.
Yeah, you can bring your doggo.
Ton of doggos out there. A bunch of doggo action.
Yeah.
I feel like the Jones kind of gets a bad reputation sometimes just for being a little bit over the top.
Yeah, I think people think it's like a fancy schmancy.
I mean, it is.
But I mean, like in an unapproachable way.
Right.
Like an unattainable way.
And
like, I can't go
there might be a small element of that to it, I think.
Yeah.
However, it's just so good. They're doing everything right, food and drink and hospitality wise, I think.
Yes.
They can't really help the sort of people that might attract, or the sort of vibe that, gets put off by doing that. They're just trying to, provide amazing food and amazing drinks and be creative and, innovative and sort of stand out. I mean, it's like you walk in there, it's like, God, this is an insanely expensive looking restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking about aesthetically and architecturally, and all the things you have to purchase and do and design and plan. You walk in there, it's like, golly, just the bar itself probably cost so much money.
So cool.
It's beautiful. However, it's just worth it. I think it's so worth it, and I think it's so cool.
Yeah, we've never had a bad experience there ever, as far as food or service.
Right.
Like, I think maybe one time we had a reservation and we had to wait a little bit.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, we've never, nothing.
Which you can experience anywhere.
Right.
So, and we do often when we have reservations.
But it's great. If you've never been to the Jones, you can go in there and drop some money. You can go in there. Like this time we were smart. We shared food and it wasn't anything crazy.
You can absolutely go in there and get like an appetizer and a couple pizzas. And they do have, like the gnocchi, I don't think is that much.
No.
I mean, you don't have to go in there and spend $150.
No,
you can
not
go in
at
there
all.
And spend a normal amount of money.
Right.
And, maybe if you do get a bunch of cocktails, then your bill's going to be kind of high.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. You don't have to get cocktails.
You can go in there and experience some really amazing food and drink.
Yes.
And you can do it at a pretty
in an
reasonable
affordable
price. Or you can go ball out, dude.
Yeah, you can go buck wild.
And just like, get some steaks and some.
Yeah, get the scallops.
Get the scallops. Yeah, scallops are delicious.
Get the scallops. Because those are pricey. Those are like getting up to 30-ish. But it's worth it. If you're going to go like on a fancy date or like a special occasion.
Can I talk about my ice?
Yeah, please tell everyone how you've been wrecking like my kitchen with your ice.
I'm kind of obsessed with ice, and it started with Vault. Everybody knows I love Vault.
Yeah.
I'm like the...
Iceman.
I'm the Iceman. I just love clear ice, and I fell in love with it. I think of whiskey. And like my entire home bartending passion and interest
comes from whiskey.
and really basic knowledge comes from the old Whiskey Lounge, which is now Stag, which is not very cool. Unfortunately, I had the worst Negroni I've ever had in my life there.
Worst whiskey sour I've ever had. Anyways,
whiskey
we're not here to talk about that.
I remember I saw them with a big old ice block sort of on the back of the bar.
Yeah.
And that they're sort of waiting for it to chill and chop up, and that's how they did their big rocks. And I got my first old fashioned with a big giant clear ice cube, and I was like, God, I'm in love.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And I loved it. And I bought some ice molds, and I filled it up with some filtered water, and it froze up, and it looked like, I don't know, looked like trash.
Yeah,
it
doesn't look very good.
Cloudy, just a cloud ball.
Yeah, it's like clear on like a tiny part, and then the whole thing is just like cloudy and gross looking.
And so, I've been buying Vault Ice for a long time. Every time I go to the grocery store, they have them at Uptown. Buy a couple sleeves and throw it in the freezer. And it gets pricey, but I do love supporting the company.
Yeah,
I do love Vault. It's a great company and it's a great product. And I'm obsessed. I have a Vault fridge in this apartment right now, a literal vault of ice over there. And but I wanted smaller cubes, for drinks like this or to drink. Just when I don't want to use a big rock.
Yeah, because this drink wouldn't be good with a big rock.
Yeah, it doesn't need a big rock.
No.
And you can buy obviously normal ice trays and stuff,
but they're cloudy.
But they're going to be cloudy and they're going to be gross and they're going to be weird, and the ones that we have are just not the right size.
Yeah, and
I'm very particular about the size and shape.
The tray ice cubes too are like that weird, like rounded,
right, and it just doesn't look aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
in the glass, I sound so snobby right now, but I don't care. It's just what I like and what I prefer. And when people come over, I give them some good ice. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I love.
Yeah.
So I bought the True Cubes ice tray, and you're supposed to use it to make big cocktail rocks.
Yeah, because what are they, like 2x2 normally, or 1.5 by 1.5? It'll
make 4 clear cubes out of. They say tap water. I've never used tap water. I use filtered water, just out of a Brita filter or something, And I used it a couple times, and it was fine. It wasn't as pristine as a Vault ice cube.
They're just not as, like, the edges aren't as sharp.
The edges aren't as sharp.
5 of the edges are sharp.
Right.
It's like that top one that's a little uneven.
And there's a little bit of, I don't know, like it's very good.
It's like
and it's a great product.
95%.
Right. It's like 95% there. So I figured, well, if I want, cubes, like half-inch size cubes, why don't I just chop up the True Cubes blocks? And that's what I did every day for like a week and a half.
There's a hammer that lives in our kitchen.
There's a hammer, and I take a serrated knife, I put it on top of the cube, and I crack it. And I've gotten pretty good at my little technique. And it'll break in half, and then I break another one in half. And so I've got beautiful half-inch cubes.
Yeah, they are pretty. Here. They look good.
And it looks so much better than like a little cloudy.
It does.
Basic. I see some. I follow some whiskey companies on Instagram. Not whiskey, but I mean liquor. I follow all kinds of liquor companies on Instagram, and then when they post their drinks, they be using some cloudy ice, man.
It looks like
does not look
amateur
good.
Hour.
It does, and it's like big. Not even like I'll say it's Bullet. They're not going to come out like, well, I don't care about it. I do love Bullet whiskey, but Bullet be posting some trash ice, some cloudy ice. And I think on one I commented, I was like, needs a Vault ice. And Vault commented back and they were like, it or something like that. And so
they do though. I mean, especially like branding and just like marketing wise, it just looks better.
You have to know. I don't know if they hired an advertising photographer or something like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe they did and they showed up and they're like, well, that ice doesn't look very good, but
what are they
we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You can't just do it in 10 minutes. It takes like the tray that I have, you have to freeze it for like 18 hours.
Right.
And then chop it up. And then I just been filling it back up and I got a bag of ice in there, and it goes like that.
Yeah.
Because we had a party last weekend, and now it's pretty much gone. So
you've been slacking.
I know I haven't done it in a few days, and so anyway, I love ice.
Yeah.
And I love clear ice, and I hate cloudy ice. So we can move on.
Don't give Zach.
Don't give me cloudy
ice.
No.
No. There's a new, not new, but a new concept is opening up where fat dogs.
Oh, that's right.
That's what it's called.
Yep.
Fat dogs.
Fat dog. Was it called Fat Dog?
Hot dog.
Hot dog. I think it was called Fat Dog.
Fat dogs.
Yeah, because they had hot dogs.
Okay, so on Western and 13th,
right,
there was a bar called Fat Dogs. And now it has a new name, which we're all for.
I know.
It's called
so
Good Times Bar.
It's called Good Times Bar. We need to do a live show from Good Times. We should get with them.
Can we do that if you're listening?
Yeah, if you're listening. They had the grand opening last night. Or I think technically today.
It's today, like right now.
Right now, it's happening. Maybe we go tonight. I don't know.
They have the coolest patio.
Yeah, that's like I'm so glad a bar opened up there because it's a very underutilized patio. Nothing opened up there.
And there's like nothing really around there. There's like is that like an art gallery? You played a show there before. It's like an art gallery.
Yeah, there's an art gallery. Not a gallery, but like a art studio. Yeah, I know. A guy. Pardon me. I know a guy whose dad owns that place.
Right. And then it's right next door. Just like the patio is covered all the way covered.
I think so. I mean, it's kind of a semi-open, semi-closed patio.
Yeah, and it has like metal like walls that have like holes in them, so you can like see through. But it's like kind of enclosed. It's really cool. So the bar is really cool.
It's a great concept.
We went there when it was Fat Dogs, and the bar, the outside patio area is like super neat.
Great design and aesthetic and vibe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the food was fine. The drinks were fine.
I only went there once.
And I'm really glad that, first of all, it's very close to us.
Yeah, it's really close to where we stay.
So it's going to be cool to just have, you want to go down and get a drink, a good time? You know what I mean? Just like, let's go hit it up. Let's go have a beer, like a quick spot to go get a beer.
Yeah.
That's what I really love.
I'm excited to go.
Love about it. And I hope it's cool. And, I don't need it to be, and I don't think that it is going to be this at all. I don't need to be Pony Boy. I don't need it to be the Jones.
No.
You know what I mean? I need it to be friendly.
I want it to be
hospitable.
Its own thing.
And decent. And its own thing. Yeah. Like if it's trying to go for more of a dive bar sort of thing, I'm all about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of other places that are trying to sort of do this elevated thing. And if Good Times is trying to do the elevated thing, then we'll report back in next week when we have gone.
We'll go there, but by the time next episode comes out, and we'll let you know. Like
we said last time, I was blown away by the Union, and I think I kind of thought that they were more going to be like a dive bar, sort of I don't know, sort of college bar. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain category of bar. I don't know. There's love for both. There's love for all kinds of bars, as long as it's hospitable and clean and
a hospital.
As long as it's a hospital, I'm going to be there. That's what we should open up our bar in the Collective, called the Hospital. The hospital.
The hospital.
So we'll report back in on Good Times.
Yeah, I really want to go see. I just want to experience their patio.
Should we sue them?
No.
Trademark.
We don't have a trademark on our.
We probably should. We probably shouldn't broadcast that we don't have a trademark.
We have a trademark.
We have a trademark.
By the time this episode comes out,
we'll have a trademark. So cool. That's about all the news and sort of updates. Like I said, we didn't really go anywhere new.
No.
Speaking of new, we need to go to Nudie.
Yeah, Nudie is finally open normal hours.
Yeah.
They're open
normal dinner time hours.
Like I think during the week they're open until 8 or 9, and on Friday and Saturday they're open until midnight. Mm-hmm. We have to go. I wanted to go yesterday, but it was a little hot.
We're on vacation the week after next, so we're going to do a lot. I'm probably going to Nudie.
Yeah, we're going to go to Nudie.
All right, let's move on. We saw Solo and it was fine. Let's move on.
Rebel says hi.
Pardon us, that was our dog. I wanted to present a question to you and really to the audience.
Okay.
As well.
All right.
Chime in on Instagram and Reddit and Facebook and all this stuff. If you had a friend or family members any group of loved ones come to visit you in Oklahoma City, and they're from out of town, from somewhere, if there was one restaurant at one meal, one opportunity, if you had one chance, if you could take them to one restaurant, and we could even go further, what meal at that restaurant should they have in Oklahoma City? What is the best representation of what's happening in Oklahoma City that you would take an outsider to?
Right.
We have pre-made lists.
Yeah.
So sort of a top 5 situation.
So you told me to pick 5.
I did.
And part of them I chose depends on the people coming.
I'm interested to see which ones that we have that are the same.
Okay.
And if we have the 5 same, I'm going to be blown away.
Okay. I'm going to tell you mine.
Okay.
And before I talk, I'm just going to list them. They're not in any order.
Sure. In no particular order?
The callback. Okay. The Jones.
Okay.
Empire.
Okay.
This is kind of an oddball because
I have a couple oddballs.
Well, it's an oddball in the sense that it depends on the meal.
Sure.
Hatch.
Okay.
Because if they're here on the weekend,
yeah,
take them for brunch.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of my like odd one. This is another kind of odd one, Picasso.
Okay. I really consider Picasso.
And then the last one I picked is Halls.
Okay.
Well, tell me yours first, and then I'll explain my reasoning. It's very
interesting.
Okay.
I have Empire.
Okay.
Did you have Empire? I had the Jones. I had Hall's Pizza Kitchen. I had Hatch.
What?
And I had Urban.
Oh, okay. How?
So you had Picasso and I had Urban. I know, it's amazing.
Crazy. Okay.
I can't believe it. I thought I had several oddballs. I thought Hatch, Halls, and Urban were sort of weird. I thought
Hatch was my oddball because it's hard. I mean, so Hatch is open till 4, but if somebody's here like on a Sunday,
right? Obviously, there's like certain situations that you have to account for.
Right.
What time of day is it?
Okay, and that's why
Where are they from?
That's why I picked Picasso.
If you have family members coming from New York City, maybe don't take them to Empire and Pizza because
right.
Take them somewhere else. Maybe take them, not a pizza place.
Right. Well, that's why I picked Picasso because I know a lot of people who are vegetarian or vegan, and Picasso has so many options for that type of diet.
They do.
And even if you aren't that, their food is great. Their drinks are great. Anyways.
Yeah,
and
they're pretty consistent.
It's such a cool place.
Right.
And I feel like Hatch, and this is the reason I picked Empire, and even the Jones, I guess all of them. I feel like when people think of OKC and you take them to those places, they have some sort of like cognitive dissonance where they're like, oh, Oklahoma City is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And like all those places and Urban are like, oh, this is not what I thought OKC was going to be like.
They're expecting you to take them to like a saloon or something, or like a steakhouse.
And I think
gotta be a steakhouse.
All of these places show that like OKC is like a cool place.
Right.
It's like up and coming. It's not just steaks and fried food. Like the cuisine is elevated. The type of service you're going to get is something that you might expect from LA, Austin, New York City. We on that level now.
Absolutely.
So that's why those are my 5.
So do you have a winner? Well, let me explain my 5 as well.
Okay.
Because really, I think that if it came down to it, it would be Empire versus the Jones. Because on one side you have a really sort of, I don't know how to describe it, a really sort of fun, casual, carefree sort of thing that's sort of, I don't know, cool, and I hate this word, but like edgy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Empire is a cool restaurant.
It's very cool.
Empire is very cool. It's very young. Not I'm talking about the amount of time it's been open, but like it's a very young vibe,
youthful.
Young people, youthful. It's got a youthful vibe and atmosphere.
Yes.
And fun atmosphere, but it's not like a kiddie restaurant, And on top of that, amazing pizza.
Yeah. So, my friend Montana from Seattle came to visit. We took her there.
Yes.
My uncle and his girlfriend have come to visit.
Yes.
We took them there. My dad's sister, my aunt, and her family have come to visit, and we took them there. So it's like we've already taken everybody who comes here. It's like a priority to go to Empire.
And I guess just to sort of restate what you were saying, like you take somebody there because it is such a sort of different different type of establishment than that you might expect an outsider to think Oklahoma has.
Yeah, because
And I know that's what you just said, but like,
I feel like people come here and like they're like, oh, where can I go get a good steak? And it's like, okay, sure, there are plenty of places here you could get a great steak at, but like think outside of that.
yeah, and I don't think that's a great representation of what has been going on in Oklahoma City in the last 5 years.
Right.
To go to a steakhouse.
Agreed.
And steakhouses have been around, for the last 50 years in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Or, longer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, however, the Jones is very new and it's very, very fancy. Hey, Rebel, how about you be quiet, bud? How about you be a little quiet dog?
He's finding his voice.
Can you be a little quiet dog for me?
He wants to be on podcast.
Can you be a quiet dog?
Can be a good boy.
Be a quiet little good dog.
He's just looking at you.
In the same way, the Jones is sort of offering the same thing that Empire is offering, just in a completely different. Hey, bud, can you let him out?
You're okay. You're okay.
All right, Rebel's on the show now.
He's on here.
Okay, so what I was saying is that the Jones is sort of offering the same thing as Empire in regards to
Unexpected as
right, and the point that it's
OKC?
trying to make to an outsider, but in a completely different presentation. I think fancy, elevate. Well, I also hate the word fancy because it's really not. I think that you would think of something different than the Jones when you say the word fancy, but it's elevated and it's sophisticated and it's creative, And I would take them there and I would get the
deviled eggs.
Yeah, I would
Are
definitely get the
deviled
deviled
eggs
eggs.
like a local thing to like the South? Not the South, but like our part
I think
of the
they
country?
are. I think it's kind of regional. I think deviled eggs are kind of regional. Yeah, it's sort of a southern thing and sort of a midwestern thing. But I mean, we talked about the Jones for like an hour this episode.
I know.
And I do want to just say that Hall's Pizza Kitchen is on there just because it's a great service and also just great
Yes.
food. And it's very clean and nice. A great view from the patio. I think that
that's why I put it on there, because the patio is a cool cityscape for people to see.
when I think of Halls, I just think of feeling pleasant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It is a pleasant environment, and the food is great.
And so, I don't know. I think Halls is a worthy contender.
Agreed.
However, I'd still narrow it down to Empire and the Jones. I would throw Urban in there just to really, really drive home that there's a lot of different things happening in Oklahoma City.
Okay. I almost put Urban. Mm-hmm. I almost put Chicken Beer.
Yeah.
And I almost put Okie Pokey on there.
Really?
Because
Interesting.
Because it's so out of the box.
Yeah. For Oklahoma.
For Oklahoma.
Right.
And
Oklahoma City.
again, I just want people to like get that it's cool here.
Right. And that there's a lot to be offered.
Yes. And especially like over by where we live, there's a large Asian population.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think it's great that there's all these different great places to go for that type of cuisine.
Yeah. So many options.
And I love it. It's also
You can get it on the cheap side. You can get it on the
exactly
elevated side, and then you've got it in between.
Yeah. So if the meal in question is brunch, we're going to go to Hatch.
Yeah, and I would throw. Obviously, I love breakfast. I'm a breakfast boy, and it's a passion of mine since the day I was born. And so Hatch is the best breakfast in the city. So I'm going to take them to Hatch.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I don't have a big spiel about Hatch. It's great breakfast.
It's very good.
And
So I've recommended places to people who have been here out of town. My now previous job, we would get people out of town, students come in out of town. And I think the most places I recommended was Empire and the Jones.
really,
And I
yeah.
told them, I said, Empire is pizza. The Jones is going to be a little bit fancier. You're going to spend a tiny bit more money, but they're both very good. So that was another factor.
If we're talking bars strictly, I almost put this on there, but it didn't really count. 100% Pony Boy, like no doubt about it. If
Yes.
there's one bar, when there's one place to go get a cocktail from,
Pony Boy.
it's going to be Pony Boy 100%.
Agreed.
Just the best cocktails in the city, I think. along with the Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Joneses.
The Jones and
We
Pony
talked
Boy.
about the Jones enough.
I know. It's
I'm sorry.
we can't talk about anything else. Pony Boy for after dinner drinks, no matter what.
Yeah,
I think.
and Urban is a good place to go after the bar.
Yeah, absolutely. Third meal,
Fourth meal.
fourth meal, right?
Taking over.
Third
taking
and
over
fourth, I guess.
Tebow.
Yeah, fourth meal is what I meant to say. It's great because it's right next to the bunker. It's right next to Pony Boy. It's right next to the Tower Theater.
And the pump.
You know what I'm saying? And
Rockford.
the pump. Yeah. So
All those places.
I haven't been to Rockford in a while. I wonder
should
what's
go.
going on
We need to go
over
there.
there. Yeah. So anyway, did we decide? Really, we've got it nailed down to Empire and the Jones.
It really just depends on the people.
It's very situational.
Also, the Jones, depending on how many people you might, you're going to need a reservation, but it might be harder to get a reservation
Right.
if you have kind of a bunch of people.
Empire, you're going to wait an hour and a half.
Empire's on the No Wait app.
Right.
You can do that.
Right. I guess you just got to ask yourself, how much time you got? How hungry are you?
Are you hungry for lunch and then dinner? We'll go to both places.
Yeah.
Well, if you only have one meal, I guess you got to really pick.
The moral of the story is OKC is killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're killing it out here.
We're killing it. We're having good times. We got bars called Good Times out here.
That's right. Speaking of good times, you mentioned it. We are taking a vacation, but we're staying here.
Doing a little staycation.
Yeah. So we have some things planned, but if you guys know some cool things for us to do,
Yeah.
we love the
Yeah.
recommendations.
Is there? What's there to do around here? We have several things lined up
We have a couple things lined up already,
that we want to do.
but
Different
if there's
restaurants
some,
to go to. We're going to go to Gabriella's.
Oh, we're gonna go to
We're going to go to Gabriella's and have some very good Italian food and have some red wine. Get a little booth. Get our own little room in
I'm
there.
excited to sit in the
And
little
did you
booth.
know that those little rooms, it used to be a brothel and those are little private rooms?
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
That's the
serious?
rumor, yeah.
That's a rumor.
Maybe not the rumor, but I have heard that.
Interesting.
I've heard that it used to be a brothel and those are little private rooms for clients.
Clyde.
Yeah. So that's where we're going to be having our nice dinner.
Okay.
We're going to dress up and go to the little brothel.
I'm excited.
I know, but Gabrielle's is awesome.
It's very good.
We went there one time. We got pizza, but I
Yeah.
want to go back and get some really fancy pasta and wine, and
Heard their lasagna is very good.
maybe get some eggplant.
Oh.
I know.
Are you going to get eggplant?
Maybe.
You're turning into a
I
vegetable
don't know.
man over there.
Who knows? I would like to try some proper Italian prepared eggplant before.
It's very good.
Not before, but sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Have you had it? Have you had some real Italian eggplant?
My dad's family has made eggplant parmesan.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to have.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
We're going to make pasta tonight.
We are going to make pasta tonight.
Went to Broadway Wine Company and got some white wine.
Yeah, she recommended
Which
a good wine for our
I
pasta.
don't normally drink white wine, but it's hot as crap outside.
Yeah, I don't want to
And
drink.
I want a cold
Red wine just
chilled
sounds
drink.
so thick and heavy.
Yeah.
And, no,
Yep.
thank you.
It does. So cool. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yeah. So I want to say that if you're listening to us on iTunes, please leave us a rating and a review. You can write specific things in your reviews.
Please.
If you like it, say why you like it. If you don't like it, say why you don't like it. And we'll read it on the air and we'll fight.
We're not going to fight.
Well, we might fight. And you can find us on Instagram at FBGT Podcast. You can also find us on Facebook. What are we called? Food, Booze, and Good Times, a podcast on Facebook.
Yeah.
I am on Instagram at Zach Stabler.
I'm on Instagram at Julie B.
I'm always posting pictures of cocktails and dogs and food and stuff like that. Where's your Instagram tag?
It's Julie B. B-E-E. I was trying to get that in there.
This happened last time when the tequila hit, in the last 5 minutes of the show. And also, be sure to look out for the YouTube link. And
Yeah.
we might have this video up on Facebook as well.
You don't see the pupper on here.
Yeah, so Rebel's going to be on there. And anyway, this has been Food, Booze, and Good Times.
I'm hungry.